Cindy's favorite song, one of her favorite songs. The other one's by Kansas. But it is a beautiful song, and it's like the world we're creating right today. We're creating our tomorrow today, and as we come together with that one accord of love, like the quiet mindset, that allows for the transformation. It begins with each one of us. And so Cindy's favorite song, and they do that for her birthday every year. So her birthday was yesterday. I was 560. So, not bad. So, the law of one. Don't you think that's a brotherhood prayer? Isn't that when one is helped, all are helped? But I like the line, therefore in the name of my true being. See, therefore in the name of my true being, I am one with the saints, prophet, the Christ. See, I am one. We are one. And that's what, I love that prayer one, because it is the prayer that's going to usher and take us into true brotherhood, you know. And brotherhood's a good thought, isn't it? You know. But first we have to be it, and then we have to live it before we can see it. Because brotherhood is a verb and not a noun. It takes action to usher in and to be the age of brotherhood. The age of Aquarius, one of the tenets is the age of light, the age of enlightenment, the age of brotherhood. We are brothers. We are, it's the age of communication, so we can instantly communicate with people all over the planet now with our cell phones and our computers. And it's awesome. And so one of the words, like we have to be it, and then we have to live it so that we can see it. So a word that I'm going to use today several times would be functioning consciousness. Functioning consciousness. And I think if we can begin to look at that word, those two words, and then look at ourselves, we'll begin to maybe be able to see each other as brothers and sisters on planet Earth. Does anyone here have an exercise machine or had one at home?
Yes.
And you know, they start off as exercise machines, and that's their functioning consciousness. And then pretty soon you go to visit someone's house and you go down their basement and they see this thing and they go, oh yeah, that's where I hang my clothes now. You know, that's where I dry my clothes. See, so the functioning consciousness of an exercise machine has changed to a clothes hanger. You know, or we like the HD TV network, you know. And we saw a show the other night where people lived in these incredible old buildings that they restored. And, you know, one person, they had bought an old fortune cookie factory in Chicago and then transformed it into a very nice, beautiful loft apartment, and then had even a business and everything. And so the functioning consciousness of that building used to be a fortune cookie factory. And now it's a home. And so if we can begin to just look at the functioning consciousness of anything, we can begin to understand that it's action. It's not a noun. It's what's happening. Okay? To live and function in the consciousness of brotherhood creates brotherhood. So to live and function in the consciousness of brotherhood. So in brotherhood is the relationship of being brothers and sisters. It's a relationship. And so we know relationship is a verb, isn't it? because it takes action on both people, or how many people are involved in our relationship. Everyone has to play their part. Everyone has to function. We just can't say, yeah, we're in this relationship, but not really. See? So how are we functioning? How are we functioning in our relationships? It's important for us to look at that and begin to understand it. I want to read part of chapter 74 in the Aquarian. And once again, it's the Sabbath. Jesus is healing people on the Sabbath, and the Pharisees rebuke him. What are you doing? And he says, hey, these are my brothers and sisters, and they need some help today. They need some love today. They need some support today. I'm going to give it to them. And, by the way, if you had fallen into a pit on Sunday, I'm sure you'd reach your hand up for me to pull you out. They turned and went their way, you see. So then it goes on to, and then the Pharisees returned to their prayers and cursed the man of God because he heeded not their words. Okay. Now in the evening, Jesus stood beside a pool. A playful child had fallen in, and it was drowned, and friends were bearing it away. But Jesus called the carriers to stop, and then he stretched himself upon the lifeless form and breathed into its mouth the breath of life. And then he called aloud unto the soul that had gone out, and it returned. The child revived and lived. And Jesus saw a wounded dog, and it could not move, and it lay beside the way and groaned with pain. He took it in his arms, and he bore it to the home where he abode. He poured the healing oil into the wounds. He cared for it as though it were a child, till it was strong and well. And Jesus saw a little boy who had no home, and he was hungry. When he called for bread, the people turned away. And Jesus took the child and gave him bread. He wrapped him in his own warm coat and found for him a home. To those who followed him, the Master said, if man would gain again his lost estate, he must respect the brotherhood of life. Whoever is not kind to any form of life, to man, to beast, to bird, and creeping thing, cannot expect the blessings of the Holy One. For as we give, so God will give to us. I think Jesus was functioning at that Christ consciousness level. And so often, we don't really hear a lot of the little stories that Jesus participated in. We have heard the stories about him bringing back the dead to life. This is another really neat story about that. Called the soul back that had left. A soul that could speak to souls of another. Or to find a dog on the ground, can't move. And him seeing the God within the dog. God's in all things. To see that life force that's in that dog that a lot of people probably had passed by. But see, he recognized it, and he recognized that that dog was a part of him. We are one. And so he took it home. And this is what's really neat. He nursed it. He poured the healing oils on the wounds. He took care of it until it was well. And sometimes we just think, oh, he could just heal these things in an instant. Perhaps he could. But perhaps maybe we could look that things might take longer. It's not always a magic wand that will work in our life. It's the service that we give to life in which we truly give life to life. And then to find that homeless child that people just pass by. Children in those days didn't have very many rights. If you weren't a firstborn son in a family, you were pretty far down, but then on a homeless child, they were just chattel, and they didn't really have too much worth in the eyes of that culture at that time. And so the love of the Christ recognizes the love within that child. That child was a part of him that needed love, that needed to be taken care of. That Christ within all of us needs love, and it needs to be taken care of. It needs to be given a home where it can feel safe and comforted and supported in its growth and unfoldment. The three stories, these three little actions that Jesus expressed are lessons that we can all look at in our life, and really what brotherhood is all about. And we are one. See, we are one. And we're not just, it's really nice, it's really nice to claim, yeah, we're one with the saints and the prophets and the Christ. That's really cool. But we might not want to claim our oneness with a homeless person or someone across the globe. Another circumstance, another culture, another mindset. And so to begin to truly understand that we are the love of God, we are that Christ light, and within each one is the love of God, is that Christ light. And we have to begin to see it. We have to begin to see it. It's not enough to just know it. A thought's not good enough. We need to start taking action. We have to put a little energy into our expression, into our walk, to allow the relationship of the brotherhood of man to become a reality in our world. Paul said that we have two bodies. We have a spiritual body and we have a mortal body. Okay? Paul didn't say we were two people. Spiritual body, mortal body. See, one energy. One energy. We're one energy. And we manifest. That spirit manifests through our physical body. The spirit manifests through all the physical bodies. And what we do is we get lost in the illusion. We look at the effect. We look at the effect that spirit's manifesting through this vehicle. Someone else's soul journey. And perhaps it isn't in alignment with our whole journey, so we don't want to look at it. We might judge it. You see? We're not recognizing that that's a part of who we are. You know, we're on a soul journey. We all choose to come here to walk and learn certain lessons. Learn about ourselves, learn about God, learn about brotherhood, what it takes to create. And so we might be here in the United States because this country and the consciousness here supports our walk. It supports our soul's journey. And someone in Afghanistan, that country, that consciousness is supporting their soul growth at this moment in time. But just on a physical level, it's hard to relate to that. Because we certainly wouldn't choose to be maybe born in a war-torn country. Whoa. But see, we're here on a soul journey. We are one. We're one. And so now, as we begin to see them, that's what's really neat about this age of Aquarius, this age of communication, this age of picking up your iPhone or your whatever, or books, and being able to be in touch with anywhere in the world, and to see pictures, to see pictures, to see people, not hear about it. Hey, did you hear about that? Yeah. Seeing. It's almost like seeing is believing. So now we can see the dire straits that our brothers and sisters are in on the planet. We are one. They're a part of who we are. So as we know who we are, and then begin to know who they are. Now we can make that connection in love. We can make that love. We can send that love. We can take steps in love. Instead of seeing them as that dog dying on the side of the road and just keep walking by, we can look and see their pain, see their starvation, see their hurting. And then follow the guidance that we get. What is mine to do here? And then take whatever action you are guided to give, to do, to be. To be a brother. To not be a stranger. I think that we've been living through a lot of years of strangerhood. We've all been strangers to one another. We've all been worried and concerned about ourselves. It's all about me. And so now as we are being asked to expand out and to see ourselves as greater, as part of this big whole, and you know what? Because of the blessing to be able to see this wonderful creation going on, we just give up our picking and choosing. Because we all are brothers and sisters. We are all brothers and sisters. You know, a lot of people can look at their family, and like we say, hey, you choose your family. What was I thinking? We are the family of man. We are the family of man. And once we begin to understand that God's our Father. You see? God's our Father. I thought last week when Cindy said, when we talk about all these different gods, he says there's one God. You know? My God made me. God made me. God made you. You're God. We're made by God. We're the children of God. Let's just go there. Let's just go to the truth. Let's just go deeper. Let's just go to the truth. And let go of the dogma, the theism, to the truth of love and oneness, I am. To allow, see, a relationship of brotherhood. A relationship of brotherhood. So the whole key to brotherhood is love. Okay? So here's this. To love is to know. To love is to know. So love, the capacity to know or see the true nature of a person or God. So love is the capacity to know or see the true nature of a person or God. And I think that's real powerful to look at it like that, to look at people in your world that love you. And I'm real blessed in my life because Cindy loves me. And she loves me and she can see me. She sees my humanness and she sees my flaws. She sees my idiosyncrasies and she sees my lessons. She also sees that divine aspect of me too. And she's always encouraging that aspect of me in my manifestation. You see? Love allows us to see. It gives us the capacity to see one another. You see, when we can see someone for who they are, we can just start dropping. See? The false identities. We can take the masks off. Because this is who we are. Like Shakespeare says, the world's a stage and we all play a part. We're all spirit. And we put on our costumes. We put on our masks. And we play our part. And what happens, we get lost in our part. We forget who we are. So Jesus says, be in the world, but not of the world. You see? And so those brothers and sisters on the other side of the world are playing their part. We're playing our part. Perhaps we could both elevate our consciousness, begin to see the oneness, to see that when one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Because we are the family of man. So love, the capacity to know and see the true nature of a person. And you know what? If we took a little bit more time on getting to know someone, we'd probably start loving them a little bit more. And then as we begin to love them a little bit more, we'll get to know them a little bit more. And that's what the family of man's all about. See, we are the unique expression of the one. We're integral to the whole. To begin to look with that eyes, to see ourselves as that, to see ourselves as spirit, to see ourselves as the child of God, to see ourselves as the love of God, and then to begin to see others as the child of God, as the love of God. Because when we go to love, that lifts us. That lifts us above the illusion. Love is a powerful, powerful energy. It's not an emotion. And to begin to understand what a tremendous vehicle love can be for us. And like Jesus the Christ, the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus the Christ, and Paul says we have two bodies, a spiritual body. We're spirit and man. Jesus, that form, the effect of the Christ consciousness, that body was so refined it could house that Christed vibration as a pattern for us. Follow me. Do as I do. Love. Love God with your whole heart, mind, soul, and strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. So, love thy neighbor as self. And then, how about know thy neighbor as self? We need to love ourselves before we can love our neighbor. And we need to know ourselves before we can love ourselves. You see, we are one. And instead of putting everything outside of ourselves and being this separate little entity, now what we're going to do is we're going to be all-inclusive. We're going to be all-inclusive. And we're going to see the truth of who each other is. Cindy Christ. See? Jay Christ. David Christ. Betty Christ. You see? That's not blasphemy. That's the truth. That's the truth. And that's the truth that sets you free. Because the form is limited and spirit is unlimited. So, what do we want to identify with? Oh, I'm just poor. I am limited. I wish I could do something, but I can't. Has anyone seen anyone like that on TV or something? Yeah. Certainly not in our world. I am a radiant child of God, and so are you. And let's change this world. Let's reclaim our power as Christed beings and allow the love of our Father to just flow through us, to connect us all, so we can transform this world and create the heavenly state of consciousness which we all seek. I'm a child of God, and you're a child of God. And God can do no more for man than man will do for man. Who's it up to? A resounding us. Let's do it again. Who's it up to? Us. Okay. It is up to. You know, that's not a bad thing. Because we're powerful, aren't we? We're unlimited. We are the sons and daughters of God. When we come together, we create synergy. So we got more energy than the number. There's thousands of energies, people energies here today. Because we've come together in this energy of love and truth. So we have exponentially expanded our unique individual energy and the energy of this group. And so we send out into the world our intention. Our intention is to change the world. Our intention is to usher in the age of light. Our intention is to allow a space where Christ can live on earth. We call forth to Christ. We call it forth. We call it forth. It's up to us. So, brotherhood, relationship. Brotherhood's a verb. Brotherhood, it's up to us. It's a nice thought. It's a good concept. It's time. It's time. It's time. Let's go with him. And so let's just close our eyes. And as we close our eyes, let's just go within. Let's just turn within to that beautiful space of love we were at a few moments ago. Just go within and breathe. And as you breathe, just feel your heart center begin to grow and expand. I want you to take your awareness to your heart. And as you breathe, I want you to see your heart expanding in its unique, radiant love and light. I want you to breathe and feel it. Calling forth that love, the light I am. And if you can't see it or feel it, I want you to know, just know that it's coming forth, that it's growing, that it's radiating its unique essence, its unique vibration of love and light throughout your body now. And just breathe and feel your whole body. Feel your whole body filled with light. I want you to see your body. See your body filled with light. Breathe and feel your unique essence, your unique vibration. In the name of my true being, I am love. In the name and nature of my true being, I am light. Just breathe and feel your vibration. Feel your vibration as you say, I am love. And feel. I am light. And feel. Just breathe. And feel how good it feels to see and to know I am. I am with you always. And just breathe. And as we all breathe, we're just going to allow that unique vibration, that unique energy of love and light to just begin to expand beyond our physical bodies, out through our auras. And we're just going to connect with everyone in this room now. And we're just going to create a beautiful sphere of radiant light and love. So in your mind's eye, just see yourself in this beautiful sphere of radiant light and love. We are one. We are one. And we come together to become that love of God made manifest. We come together to be a functioning consciousness of the Christ. breathe and feel the energy of this sphere of light in which I am. Feel the vibration. Feel how powerful this energy is. Know how powerful this energy. I am. Now all together, we're going to just release this love and light out to the world now. So take a breath. And just feel that love just streaming out to the world now. Feel the energy of this room calm and at peace. And in your mind's eye, you can see us all just sitting here now in this sanctuary of light. But we've come together as God's children. And we've joined our love. And we've created greater. And now we've given this gift of love to our planet. Breathe and feel your energy. How you feel. What you feel. Be still and know. I am. I am always with you. Take a breath. Gently open your eyes. How's everybody feel? Do you feel you had to work today? That's some hard work, isn't it? Oh, let's all join our love together. All right, boy, this feels great. And now let's just send it out to the planet. What a wonderful gift that we can participate in, the gift of life. And to begin to see ourselves as that spiritual light on the planet. Begin to truly know it. And then to just begin to function. To consciously function. To not know. To function. And they all said, Yea, God.